Hey dear students, welcome back to e-learning platform of GS College of Commerce, Patna. This lecture is for the subject Business Economics. So, today in this subject we are going to deal with the topic under the second unit, that is monopolistic competition. It's going to be the last topic under the second unit. Today we are going to see the meaning of monopolistic competition market and the features of monopolistic competition market. Okay. In the upcoming lecture, we are going to see the price and output determination under the monopolistic competition market, and then we are going to end up with this meaning. So, when I talk about the monopolistic competition market, so what is the first thing that comes to your mind? As we have studied the perfect competition market as well as monopoly market, so the first thing that should come to our mind over here is that when we are seeing both the things over there, that is competition as well as monopolistic competition. So it should be the blend of both the markets. It should come to your mind. So yes, monopolistic competition is a market which is the combination of both monopoly market and the perfect competition market. Here you will find that some features of the monopoly market exist and some feature of the perfect competition market exists. This is the market which you are going to find in the realistic situation. We are going to try to understand it with the help of an example. If I am going to give you the example of soap market. So in soap market we have many brands. We have Lux, Dove, Lily, Dettol, Santu and n number of soaps. So if I am going to ask you whether it's a perfect competition market, so what's going to be your answer? There might be some students who will say, yes, this is a perfect competition market. But actually, no, it is not a perfectly competitive market. So the question comes over here, why? Why it is not a perfectly competitive market? So the answer is, products are close substitute of each other, but they are not homogeneous in nature. In perfect competition market, what we had seen that the product should be homogeneous in all aspects, quality, color, shape, size, etc. But when we talk about the soap market, so we have the number of brands over there, okay, which are close substitute of each other, but which are not homogeneous. Like if you are going to take the example of Lux, it is advertised or it is marketed as a beauty soap. If you are going to have the example of Dove, okay, so it is advertised as a soap which gives you smooth skin. If you are going to take the example of Dettol, so it is advertised as a soap which just kills the germs. Okay, so this way the different soaps are being advertised in a different basis. The soaps are being advertised in for the different purposes. Okay, they are having some unique features in themselves. So that is why these soaps which are prevailing in the soap market, which are lying in the soap market, are the substitutes for each other, are the close substitute for each other, but they are not perfectly substitutes to each other. That is why when we talk about the monopolistic competition market, so it's a combination of perfectly competitive market as well as the monopoly. Okay, so now let's see the definition of monopolistic competition market. Monopolistic competition market is a market structure where there is a large number of sellers selling differentiated but close substitute. Again, like perfect competition, here there are large number of sellers selling their product. But what kind of product they are selling? They are selling those products which are differentiated but they are the close substitute of each other. Like I have given you the example of soaps. Okay, so if you are going to take the example of the product market which comes under this structure, that is monopolistic competition market, you are going to find many soap, textile, clothing. Okay, all these products are the example of the monopolistic competition market, because in some aspect they are same, but due to some unique feature in them, due to concept of monopolistic competition market. Now we are going to see what are the features of monopolistic competition market. First one over here is large number of sellers. See, here also you will find large number of sellers. So as there is large number of sellers, so each of them is having small share of market. Okay, each seller is having small share of market. Here, like perfectly competitive market, you are going to find large number of sellers, but each seller in this market is going to have small share in the market. Okay, and here the product of the sellers are not going to be homogeneous, but they are going to be differentiated. Okay, they are going to be differentiated. They are going to be close substitute of each other, but not perfect substitute of each other. This is the first feature of monopolistic competition market. Second one is product differentiation. So when I say the product differentiation, so here the product differentiation means the products are the close substitute of each other. Okay, like I have given you the example of soap, Lux, Dove, Livy, etc. Okay, all our soaps all are used for the same purposes, but each soap contains some different features from each other. Like if I give you the example of Lux, it is marketed as beauty product. If I am going to give you the example of Dove, so it is a soap which keeps your skin smooth, right? If I am going to give you the example of L'Oreal, so it's again a beauty product. If I am going to give you the example of Dettol, so it's a product which kills the germs, etc., which protects you from different diseases, right? So this way, different soaps which are close substitute of each other are having different features. So here you will find those products which are different, which are close substitute of each other. Okay. So here the seller advertises product up to the great extent that customers start getting associated with those products, which creates a kind of brand loyalty. Okay. So due to this feature of product differentiation, a kind of monopoly gets generated by the producer over the other competing products. Okay, due to this brand loyalty and due to this product differentiation, a kind of monopoly gets created by the producer over the other competing product. So due to this, what happens if the seller knows if he increases the price of certain product, so he is not going to lose his entire consumer market. Why? Because there is brand loyalty. There is brand loyalty for the particular brand. Okay. But at the same time, seller also knows that if he is going to increase the price, so he is going to lose his customer base up to certain extent. Why? Because there are the close substitute in the market. That is why this feature shows that it is a combination of both perfect competition as well as monopoly. Because up to certain extent, seller can control the price, but again the close substitute are available. Okay. After that, another feature of this market, that is monopolistic competition, is freedom of entry and exit. Here, anytime a new seller can enter into the market. There is no restrictions barrier like we have seen in the monopoly market. And at the same time, here, if the seller is not finding the market attractive, if he is not earning the profits in the market, he is incurring losses in the market, so he can leave the market. There is no restrictions on the exit as well. So here, the seller gets freedom of entry and exit. Okay. After that, non-price competition. See, when we talk about the monopolistic competition market, so here the non-price competition exists. Non-price competition exists means competition among the sellers is not done on the basis of price, because they know that if competition is going to be done on the basis of price, so there is going to be price wars, and in that each and every seller is going to suffer, and some seller will be forced to leave the market, will be forced to shut down their firms. That is why here the non-price competition exists, which is not based upon the price, but which is based upon the different features like advertisement strategies. Okay. After that, the product development. Okay. The selling strategies, after sales services, etc. So on the different basis, they try to make their products unique. They try to differentiate their product. So here the competition on the basis of price is not done. Here the sales of product does not increase by cutting the prices, but the seller tries to increase the sale of his product by resorting to different means, like by resorting to aggressive advertisement, okay, by giving the better after sale services, by distributing the free coupons, etc. Okay, so this way in monopolistic competition market you will find that non-price competition exists. After that, selling cost. See, of course, when the non-price competition exists, so in order to create more and more demand for your product, in order to attract more and more customers towards your product, you will have to incur selling cost. You'll have to go for the aggressive advertisement strategies. In addition to that, you will have to appoint the sales personnel who can go and sell your product in different territories. After that, you will have to give free gifts and coupon. You will have to give better after sales services. For all these things, you will have to incur more selling cost in order to push up your sales. So the increased selling cost or the more selling cost is another feature of the monopolistic competition market. In perfect competition, you don't have to incur more selling cost. Why? Because all the products are homogeneous. So incurring selling cost would not make any sense. In monopoly market, you are only seller, you are having no competition, so you don't need to incur this selling cost. So incurring selling cost for pushing up your sale is the feature of the monopolistic competition market. So here we have seen what is monopolistic competition market. At the same time, we have seen what are the features of monopolistic competition market. In next lecture, we are going to see how the price and output determination is done under the monopolistic competition market. Till then, keep going through the lectures. In case of difficulties or doubt, please revert back to us. Thank you so much.